What's up, Mystic friends? Let's talk about one of the biggest collective shifts of the decade. On April 25th, 2026, Uranus officially settles into Gemini, where it will stay until May 22nd, 2033. And whenever Uranus changes signs, the vibe of the entire collective timeline changes. This planet is known as the Great Awakener, the cosmic rebel, the force that shocks humanity into evolution. So when Uranus enters Gemini, we're not just getting a new transit, we're entering a 7 year revolution of the mind. Think about it, ideas moving faster, technology accelerating, conversations getting louder, and the way humans connect completely transforming. Now let's zoom out for a second because history leaves clues. The last time Uranus moved through Gemini was 1941 to 1949, right in the middle of massive global shifts like World War II. During that same period, the world experienced breakthroughs that completely changed how humans communicate and process information. This era gave us things like the creation of the first electronic computer, the birth of mass television broadcasting, rapid expansion of global telecommunications, the formation of the United Nations, and the beginning of the Cold War information battles. In other words, the architecture of modern communication was built the last time Uranus was in Gemini, because Gemini rules information, language, networks, and media, and Uranus electrifies whatever it touches. So when the two team up, humanity tends to invent entirely new ways to share knowledge. Now, fast forward to our timeline. If the 1940s gave us computers and television, imagine what the 2026 version of that revolution looks like. Collectively, this transit is likely to bring a mental and technological awakening across the planet. First, expect a communication revolution 2.0. The internet as we know it may evolve dramatically. New platforms, new digital ecosystems, possibly even entirely new forms of interaction. Gemini rules messaging, and Uranus pushes innovation, which is why many astrologers expect breakthroughs in AI communication, translation technology, and digital networks. Second, we could see a mass shift in media and information. Gemini deals with narratives, news, and storytelling. Uranus disrupts systems. That combination can shake up the entire media landscape. The way people consume information, verify truth, and communicate across cultures could change dramatically. Third, transportation and movement may evolve. Gemini also rules short distance travel, vehicles, and networks. Just like previous Uranus Gemini cycles accelerated planes, telecommunications, and infrastructure. This era could bring major innovations in transportation technology and global connectivity. Now, here's where things start to feel a little sci fi. This transit could coincide with rapid advancements in chatbots, AI assistants, and conversational technology. Gemini rules dialogue and information exchange. So, tools that can talk, respond, and think alongside humans will likely become more advanced and more integrated into everyday life. We may also see major development in humanoid robots, machines designed to interact with humans socially, intellectually, and even emotionally. Imagine technology that doesn't just process data, but actually participates in conversation and collaboration. And yes, historically, these periods can also coincide with intense ideological divisions and global tensions. Because Gemini represents duality, two sides, two narratives, two truths competing for attention. And because Gemini rules learning, this could also be a period where education evolves rapidly. With digital learning, AI tutors, and entirely new ways of absorbing knowledge. If the last Uranus and Gemini cycle helped build the technological foundation of the modern world, this one might completely redefine how humans communicate and think. Gemini rules intelligence and information processing. Uranus rules innovation in radical breakthroughs. Put those two together, and you get a period where human intelligence and artificial intelligence begin evolving side by side. Now relax. This doesn't necessarily mean robots taking over the world. Between now and 2033, the people who thrive the most are the ones who stay flexible, curious, and open to learning. Because when Uranus moves through Gemini, the future belongs to the minds willing to evolve. Now, let's talk about how this cosmic shift impacts each zodiac sign, and also take a moment to reflect on what already unfolded while Uranus was moving through Taurus, because that chapter sets the stage for what's coming next. Gemini, this is your main character era. For years, Uranus has been moving through your 12th house, the most hidden and spiritual part of your chart. This often brings behind the scenes awakenings, deep psychological breakthroughs, spiritual downloads, and moments where life quietly pushes you to release old identities. It can feel like a long preparation phase. But now the lightning finally strikes your first house of identity. When Uranus enters Gemini, you begin a 7-year personal awakening. This is the kind of transit where people reinvent themselves completely. Your personality, style, goals, and life direction could shift dramatically. You might suddenly feel an urge to break free from expectations and start living life on your terms. Some Gemini placements will suddenly pursue entirely new paths, careers, or lifestyles that feel more authentic. Others may become known for their originality and their unique voice. The energy is electric, unpredictable, and liberating. The key here is to embrace change rather than resist it, because Uranus in your first house is here to help you become the most authentic version of yourself possible. Cancer. The last several years may have felt socially unpredictable while Uranus traveled through your 11th house of friendships, communities, and long-term goals. You may have outgrown certain groups, discovered new networks, or connected with people who expanded your vision for the future, but now the energy becomes more internal. As Uranus enters Gemini, it activates your 12th house, the most spiritual and subconscious part of your chart. This begins a powerful period of inner awakening. Over the next several years, you may feel drawn toward healing, spirituality, meditation, dream work, or exploring your subconscious mind. Hidden truths may surface, and your intuition becomes incredibly strong. Many Cancer placements will quietly release old emotional baggage, karmic patterns, and limiting beliefs during this time. Leo, the past several years may have felt like a career roller coaster while Uranus traveled through your 10th house of reputation, leadership, and public life. Many Leos experienced sudden career pivots, unexpected opportunities, or a complete reinvention of their professional direction. Some of you stepped into leadership roles you never imagined. Others broke away from traditional career paths entirely. Now, the energy shifts from status to community. As Uranus enters Gemini, it activates your 11th house of friendships, networks, and long-term dreams. This is where your future expands in surprising ways. You may suddenly connect with people who inspire your vision or introduce you to new opportunities. Communities built around technology, innovation, social media, or progressive ideas could become very important in your life. Your goals may also evolve dramatically. Over the next several years, the right people will appear at the right time, and your network could become one of your greatest sources of breakthroughs. Virgo, Uranus has been shaking up your 9th house of beliefs, higher learning, travel, and worldview. Many Virgos have gone through deep shifts in how they see life, questioning old philosophies, exploring new cultures, or pursuing education that expands their perspective. Your belief system may have gone through a major upgrade. Now, that awakening moves into a much more visible area of your chart. When Uranus enters Gemini, it activates your 10th house of career, reputation, and public recognition. Translation: your professional life could get very interesting. Unexpected career opportunities may appear. Some Virgos may completely pivot industries, especially toward fields connected to communication, technology, education, or media. This transit can bring sudden visibility, moments where your work gains recognition in ways you didn't anticipate. But Uranus doesn't want you stuck in outdated roles. If your current career path doesn't reflect your authentic direction anymore, the universe may gently or dramatically push you towards something more aligned. Because the goal isn't chaos, it's professional liberation. Libra, the past several years have been intense on a deep level, while Uranus moved through your eighth house of transformation, shared resources, and emotional depth. This is the part of the chart that deals with psychological change, financial entanglements, and learning to let go of what no longer serves you. Many Libras may have gone through powerful shifts involving intimacy, trust, or shared finances. But now, the energy begins to open up your world again. As Uranus enters Gemini, it activates your ninth house of expansion, adventure, and higher wisdom. Your curiosity about the world is about to skyrocket. Some Libras may suddenly feel the urge to travel, study new subjects, explore spirituality, or connect with people from different cultures. Your perspective on life could change dramatically through experiences that expand your mind. This transit also favors teaching, publishing, and sharing knowledge. Ideas you once kept private may now want to reach a bigger audience. Over the next several years, your life philosophy evolves, and the more open you are to new perspectives, the more exciting opportunities will appear.
Scorpio, Uranus has been stirring up your seventh house of partnerships for several years now.
And this transit often brings surprises in relationships. Some Scorpios may have experienced sudden beginnings or sudden endings in partnerships, while others attracted unconventional or highly independent people into their lives. The goal of that phase was to teach you about freedom and authenticity within relationships. But now, the energy goes even deeper. As Uranus enters Gemini, it activates your eighth house of transformation, shared finances, intimacy, and psychological rebirth. This is powerful territory. Over the next several years, you may experience breakthroughs related to emotional healing, trust, and deeper connections. Financial matters involving investments, shared assets, or partnerships could also change unexpectedly. But the deeper story here is personal empowerment. The eighth house is where we release old emotional baggage and reclaim our power. Uranus moving through this space can awaken hidden strengths, helping you confront fears and transform your relationship with vulnerability. By the end of this transit, many Scorpios will feel like they've gone through a profound inner evolution. Sagittarius, the past several years may have brought a lot of unpredictability to your sixth house of routines, work environments, and daily responsibilities. Your schedule, job conditions, or health habits may have gone through sudden changes that forced you to adapt. Some of you may have experimented with flexible work, unconventional schedules, or entirely new wellness approaches. But now, the energy shifts toward relationships. As Uranus enters Gemini, it activates your seventh house of partnerships, commitment, and one on one connections. And this is where things get very interesting. Over the next several years, relationships may take unexpected turns. Some such placements might attract partners who are highly independent, intellectually stimulating, or a little unconventional. You may also redefine what commitment means to you. For some, this could bring exciting new relationships that feel mentally stimulating and progressive. For others, existing partnerships might need more freedom and flexibility in order to thrive. Capricorn, Uranus has been electrifying your fifth house of creativity, romance, and self expression. Many Capricorns may have rediscovered passions, explored new artistic outlets, or experienced unexpected developments in their dating life. This transit encouraged you to loosen up and express yourself in ways that felt more spontaneous and authentic. But now the focus shifts toward daily life and productivity. As Uranus enters Gemini, it activates your sixth house of work routines, habits, and health. Over the next 7 years, the way you approach work could change dramatically. Traditional routines might start to feel restrictive, and you may begin experimenting with new methods of productivity, technology, or flexible work environments. Some Capricorns may even transition into careers involving digital communication, tech platforms, education, or information sharing. Your health routines may evolve too. Uranus here often encourages people to explore new wellness strategies, innovative fitness approaches, or alternative healing practices. Aquarius, the past several years have likely brought major changes around your fourth house of home, family, and emotional foundations. While Uranus moved through Taurus, some Aquarians may have moved homes, changed living situations, or completely redefined what the word home even means. Emotional patterns connected to family may have also gone through the significant shifts, but now the energy becomes lighter, freer, and way more expressive. As Uranus enters Gemini, it activates your fifth house of creativity, joy, romance, and passion projects. Translation: this is a fun transit. Your creative mind could explode with ideas during this period. Many Aquarians may feel inspired to explore art, content creation, storytelling, music, or any form of self expression that allows their unique voice to shine. Romance can also become exciting, electric, and unpredictable. You may attract people who stimulate your mind and inspire your creativity. This transit encourages you to reconnect with joy, playfulness, and the courage to express your individuality. Pisces, over the past several years, Uranus has been activating your third house of communication, thinking patterns, and everyday interactions. Your mindset may have shifted dramatically. You may have learned new skills, explored new technologies, or completely changed how you communicate and connect with the people around you. But now, the focus turns towards something much more personal: your foundation. As Uranus enters Gemini, it activates your fourth house of home, family, and emotional security. This can bring unexpected developments in your living situation. Some Pisces placements may relocate, renovate their space, or redefine what home truly means. Family dynamics could also evolve in surprising ways, encouraging deeper emotional honesty and personal independence. But on a deeper level, this transit is about building a home life that reflects who you're becoming. Your emotional foundation is being rewired.
Aries, for the last several years, Uranus has been shaking up your second house of money, values, and self worth.
Many Aries placements have experienced unpredictable financial changes, new ways of earning income, or a complete redefinition of what security means. But now the energy moves forward. As Uranus enters Gemini, it activates your third house of communication, learning, and connections. Your mind is about to go into innovation mode. Expect sudden ideas, mental breakthroughs, and possibly new technology playing a big role in your daily life. Many Aries may start exploring new skills, launching digital projects, teaching podcasting, or building platforms where their voice reaches more people. Your thinking becomes more unconventional and honestly a little genius level. This transit can also shake up your daily environment. New friendships, new collaborations, even new ways of getting around could appear. The biggest message here is simple: your voice is evolving. Taurus, you've been in the spotlight for years while Uranus traveled through your first house of identity and personal evolution. Many of you changed your appearance, lifestyle, goals, and even your entire sense of self. That era of personal reinvention wasn't random. It was preparing you for the next chapter. Now, Uranus enters Gemini and activates your second house of money, resources, and financial independence. And this is where things get very interesting. Your approach to income may become far more innovative and unconventional. Many Taurus placements could explore digital income streams, technology based work, or multiple sources of revenue. Traditional financial paths might start to feel too limiting, and Uranus will push you to experiment. Think entrepreneurial energy, online platforms, or careers connected to communication, media, or tech. But this transit goes deeper than money. It's about redefining what you value, learning to build security in ways that feel authentic to you, not just what society says stability should look like. Your relationship with abundance is evolving, and by the end of this transit, many Taurus placements will have completely reinvented their financial blueprint. Collective message. The bigger cosmic message here is that Uranus moving through Gemini is sparking a global awakening of ideas, communication, and innovation. For the next 7 years, humanity is being pushed to think differently, to communicate differently, and to imagine entirely new possibilities for the future.